So as everyone who's ever even walked past me on the street knows this about me, I hate being buried alive. I'm not a fan. It's just not one of my top any things. But a close second would be to be in a coma but lucid and unable to communicate. And I didn't realise this until today. Apparently this experience is called a covert consciousness. And it's a reality for many people who have sustained traumatic brain injuries.
It's time for a little bit of science.
Yes.
I'm Will Grant from the Australian National University.
I'm Rod Lamberts, a 30-year psychom veteran with the mind of a teenage boy.
And today, as well as Rod's nightmares...
Yes, we're also, I'm going to give you a little story about Big Don John's beautiful Golden Dome.
I've got a deep dive grab bag of innovation in sports cheating.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm also going to do a little story on A and kind of also sadly I.
So your nightmare is both being buried alive and stuck in a coma, like obviously the Metallica song that annoys Metallica fans.
Stuck in a coma again?
Yes, that famous Metallica song, "Stuck in a Coma" again.
In a coma.
I feel like if this thing was to happen to a person twice, you'd be like, no,
Twice?
no, fuck off. No.
I would be so brain damagedly PTSD'd after the first time. It'd be like, how you feeling?
So just to clarify, this is the experience where you're in a coma or coma-like, and you're conscious. Are you receiving things from the outside?
It would appear so.
A little bit like the sleep paralysis type thing.
I haven't had either, and
I've had sleep paralysis. It's not great.
No,
it's not
it wouldn't
great.
Be. I'm going to go on record and say no thanks to all of them.
But it's great afterwards. Like once you're out of it, you know.
Sure, being stabbed repeatedly in the neck is great once it's over.
Afterwards.
Once it's stopped, and you no longer.
See, that's what people don't think about. You know,
They don't.
Once it's
Glass half
over.
empty. These people.
See, that's it.
So covert consciousness was first seen in 2006, at least, obviously.
As in first, like, detected and
Yeah.
known. Okay.
I was going to say diagnosed. It's not quite true, but like, confirmed, noticed, and then like, ooh, there's something going on. So researchers, I love this, they asked an unresponsive woman and also some healthy volunteers.
Hello, unresponsive woman.
Excuse me,
Did they try talking louder first?
Yes, they did, and in multiple languages. Buongiorno. So they asked them, the unresponsive and other volunteers as well, to imagine doing specific tasks while they're in a brain scanner. Imagine. So we're going to put you in a brain scanner.
Okay, so I'm in a brain scanner.
Yep.
Imagine doing
You're
X.
comatose and someone has said to you, imagine washing the dishes! Because you're comatose and they don't know if you can hear them.
Okay, yeah.
They found that the woman, the unresponsive woman, showed the same brain activity or in the same regions as the volunteers who are in there. To which I reply,
Okay, so they got healthy volunteer, imagine washing the dishes, brain lights up in the dishwashing pattern. The comatose woman,
imagine washing the dishes.
And she's like, why do you make me imagine this one?
That's already things about enough. So brain lights up in that area and probably in the also screaming like crazy area.
There's an underlying base layer of screaming like
What's
crazy.
all that background noise? Oh, it's not background.
I am trapped in the void. Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you.
So that's awesome. So then 2024.
This is like, I talked to you about this ages ago. You talked to me? I don't know. Anyway.
We talked.
About coffin bells. You know how in the oldie times you'd have a little bell on a string in case you're buried alive.
Yeah. Which happened more often than it bloody well should have.
Indeed. But remember there was that guy that was dug up and was about to be dissected in the university and they're like, and he wakes up. Like things can happen.
Hang on a moment.
But I feel like I need a bell in the back of my brain. Like
I can't even but so that was 2006. 2024, there was a study that showed 25% of behaviourally unresponsive patients seem to have been covertly conscious.
25%?
Yeah, so, or that's a quarter in Imperial. And other.
And a lot when you think about if one was to enter a coma. Like if you were like, this happened to one person who'd been in a coma ever, I'd be like, okay, I don't want to be in a coma, but also it seems rare. But 1 in 4.
Yeah. But also, what do you do? Like, you wave your tricorder over and it goes, oh, this person actually knows everything that's going on. And you're like, cool.
Wake them up.
Yeah, what do you, oi. Slap, 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 slap. They're still in a coma. They're not in a coma for fun. So that was 2024. But neuroimaging tests are rarely done on comatose patients. They don't actually look for deep
Well, they can't
brain
consent.
imaging. Well, that isn't apparently the biggest problem. The problem is, of course, it's technologically difficult and requires
Hard to get them
skills.
into the machine because
They fight back
I
with their
don't know.
minds.
It's hard to poke comatose machines into an MRI.
There's something about, I don't know, time-consuming, technologically complicated, and I'm assuming because this is an American study, money. So they don't generally do it. So what they do to see if someone's in a state of covert consciousness is, I love the phrase, they use more subjective visual examinations. So you have a gander to like, they don't seem conscious. They look for things like whether they open their eyes or respond to commands or...
Not in a coma.
No. They also, I think, basically get the intern to go in and yell boo at them or something to see if they startle or respond.
Yeah.
As a rule, people in comas, as you so astutely point out, don't.
Well, that's one thing I know about comas.
You do know that about comas. So, of course, signs of consciousness provide critical information for doctors and loved ones about choosing next paths of action, like therapies.
Yeah.
Of course, when they say palliative care, I know what they really mean. They mean switch it off.
Yeah. Exit strategies.
We palliate you.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so you've been in a coma for, let's give it a number, 60 years.
Not long enough.
And
I can't believe you quit on me.
You were in this semi-conscious state. Like what?
You're barking mad by then, surely. Or you've found God. Like you're either in nirvana or you've turned into your own black hole.
I think you've made your own universe. Like you've like
Surely.
It's like black holes. They exit this universe. They're making their own. Yeah. So
I don't think it's great. Look, I mean, what I don't have information on is the quality of the experience when you're in a covert conscious state. Hopefully, it's delicious.
how many
11.
post covert conscious state people have we had?
Many. Like people do come out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And they go on to talk about this. So they, this guy, he's, I think, Jan, he's a neurologist, Columbia Uni, and he says, look, consciousness and recovery after brain injury is often gradual and unpredictable. So it's not like you suddenly become conscious, you just waft into it. It flickers on and off. You can go up and down, in and out, etc. It doesn't just sort of go, and now you're conscious. It's weirdly not exactly like movies. I know. I'm shocked too. So every day is potentially important for making decisions. Every day can make a difference to what you do or don't do. But they do know that if you find signs of consciousness, the earlier you find it and begin rehab, the better the prognosis.
Sure.
So that's cool. So early detection is useful. It could help people improve their motor skills, etc. But how good are we at doing the early detection? I don't care, because there's a better way. There's a way to move forward on this. Thank you, computers. So here's my hero, Seema Mofakham, a computational neuroscientist. Stony Brook. So she and others published a piece that found they could detect signs of consciousness in comatose patients using AI to analyze the facial movements. And these are really small facial movements. I'm talking, apparently, they say, at the level of individual pores.
Wow. So that's indicating that they're conscious?
There could be movements that would be related or correlated with events that are going on around you.
I really wouldn't have even guessed that there would be some sort of indication there.
I mean, at pore level, I'm like, are you just showing off because you're really sensitive measurements, or is that real?
No, they just got the 8K camera. That's all.
They do. They got the iPhone. What are we up to? 38.
Yeah, something like that. That's all. Like it's fine.
So they're really down to very, very, very detailed movements and lots of detail. So if you ask someone, for example, open your eyes or stick out your tongue, you might see twitchy pores or things that might indicate response.
Your tongue pores. Try to do something.
Potentially. Because they used recordings of 37 coma patients with recent brain injuries who looked like they're in a coma. I love that appeared to be in a coma. Like, well, if you're not moving and not responding overtly, that seems like a coma to me. But you could argue that if there's any kind of wiggle, then they're not in a coma. So they've got an AI tracking tool, which they call Seema.
Named after the researcher?
Yep, Seema. So they detect any facial movement, then they analyse whether the movements were specific to commands or requests given. So is there a connection between external stimulus? Apparently, the machine documented eye-opening responses in 30 of 36 patients. There were 37 in total, so there was something wrong with the last one. And there were movements in 16 or 17 of the patients. So there was detectable response if you use this AI machine. And on average, this machine would detect participants trying to open their eyes or move their mouths on command, on average, 4 to 8 days before clinicians would notice these signals.
Oh, that's good.
Many days.
And so then we know what to do about it.
Yep, you start physio, put them on a bike. I don't know, squeeze this tennis ball.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, this apparently makes a difference. So they want to move on. They haven't done this yet. But they want to check if patients can answer yes or no questions using specific facial movements. Like,
Yeah.
if you understand me, squeeze your pores 3 times or something.
yeah.
And they talk about, this has
Would you like to leave the coma?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I assume if you could start to communicate with these people, the machines would pick up the equivalent of, don't kill me!
Yeah, maybe. In the pause.
Yeah, in the pause. But anyway, so I reckon that's kind of cool.
I'm happy with that. Somewhat.
So welcome to my worst nightmare, but also maybe some assistance to get me out of that nightmare.
Good on you. Okay, it's time to pull together a bunch of the fun stories of innovation in sports cheating.
Yes!
I just want to stay from the start. Probably for as long as we've been doing sports, we've been cheating. Now, obviously the big one is the performance-enhancing drugs. I don't really want to cover that today because that's boring. A lot of people
Everyone
are doing
knows
that.
about
You know,
it.
It's
It's
boring.
old school. Yeah.
And I'm focusing on sport here, not cheating at other things. There are lots of good ways to cheat out there in the rest of the world. I'm also not doing interesting physical choices.
What?
Well. So, for example, there's a squash player at the moment who is the young up-and-comer, and apparently he may be, as his opponents are coming past, just flicking very quickly to whack them straight in the balls.
Isn't that part of squash?
I've
never played.
In their testes.
I assumed that's what you meant. I'm not an idiot.
Or famously, John Hopewati.
The thumb up the bum.
Thumb up the bum? I thought it was a finger.
Thumb.
The thumb. Yeah, so creative, no doubt, but I'm more interested in your technological innovations.
Of course.
So what I've done for you is I've got a bunch here, and I thought I'd do a little lucky dip, and you can pull out a name, and I'll tell you that story. We'll do a few now, then you can tell a story, then I'll come back and get some more.
It is on. No one can tell if they're just listening.
Russell.
Hans Neiman, which
Whoa.
means Hans no one.
Straight to.
Have I picked a legend?
Well, this is a glorious one because this is the other one from earlier this year that has made many people say, hang on, you can cheat at a lot of different sports and you can cheat in interesting ways. Hans Neiman is a chess player at the moment. 2021, 2022, he was a rapidly rising star. In 2022, he won the World Open Chess Tournament in Philadelphia.
Did he?
But
Did he?
It appears he did. Well, he certainly won it, and it appears he won as legitimately as he could. But in September 2022, Neiman became embroiled in a controversy after he defeated the world chess champion Magnus Carlsen. Now, Magnus Carlsen...
No one fucks with the Carlsen.
No one. No, I mean, he obviously doesn't win every single game he's in, but he wins a lot of games against a lot of very good players.
I would imagine.
Anyway, he defeated the reigning champion of the third round of the 2022 Sinquefield Cup. As a result, Carlsen withdrew from the tournament, which many later interpreted as an accusation that Neiman had cheated during the match.
Could have just been sooking.
He could have been. He could have been. Later, Carlsen directly accused Neiman of cheating and said he would decline future pairings with him. Now, here's the thing. The story went around that the method of cheating was that...
Thumb up the bum.
It was. In
Testicle
some
flicking.
version, it was the electronic anal beads.
What?
So
What?
A
No, you really? This is too good. My brain's frozen.
No, it's too good. But the problem is, this is more story than we have justice here. The story is that
Who's wearing them?
Neiman, Hans Neiman, wearing some vibrating anal beads that were Bluetooth activated.
How is this cheating?
No, it's cheating when he's receiving messages from them. That apparently he was receiving instruction from either a team or a and
So I want you to get me messages. How? Anal beads? You can imagine it. The cheater helpers are like, really? Hans, your solution to everything is you wear anal beads.
So we don't have any further evidence. So Neiman has admitted that he cheated as a kid, like when he was 12 and 14 or something like that.
Anal beads.
That he cheated in some online tournaments, but hasn't cheated since then. And he's declared that he would play naked.
Cool. But that doesn't solve the problem of whether you can see anal beads.
Indeed. This is what I thought when I read that description.
I'm
It's
like naked, bent over and clutching your ankles, even then.
Anyway, a year later, 2023, 2024, Magnus Carlsen and Hans Neil, they came to an agreement, and Neiman has stuck to his guns and said, no, I was never cheating. Perhaps this was all just a rumor that went around that maybe Carlsen was a bit pouty. But I do like the idea. I do like the idea, A, of cheating in chess, not to ruin the beautiful game, but...
The idea, though, he was definitely cheating. How? Anal beads. Did you see that and go, I'm going to make him the happiest man in the world?
Well, no, because I've got another one in here that is miserable, but going to make you happier.
Let's see if I picked it. Frederick Lords?
No, I love Frederick Lords. I love Frederick Lords. He's not the one that's going to make you happy. I will do a few more. So Frederick Lords is an innovator in the olden day spirits because he was a marathon runner in the 1904 Olympic Games.
So you're basically wearing a pair of, like, you strap a pair of sheep to your feet and run.
Not far off. I don't think they did any
leather
training. I think their training back in the day was drinking brandy and smoking cigarettes. Just to confess, it does appear that Frederick Lords was a pretty decent runner.
Right.
He won some other events both before and after this one. But he's a bricklayer from New York.
Yep.
And a pretty decent marathon runner. But the 1904 Olympic Games, held in St. Louis, Missouri, I think. Anyway, conditions were brutal. And so Fred Laws, he got to about 14 Ks and he's like,
taxi.
Well, yes.
Oh, Jesus, really?
His manager gave him a lift in his car. and I've just got to confess, this is full on old jalopy mobile. Like it's like 1904, chitty chitty bang bang. So probably going a little bit faster than the other runners.
But not a lot.
Drove him the next 18 kilometres before the car broke down, after which Laws was forced to continue on foot back to the Olympic Stadium, where he broke the finishing line tape and was greeted as the winner.
Well, he would.
Some spectators claimed he hadn't run the entire race. Laws was confronted by furious officials with these allegations, on which he admitted his deception, but said it was a practical joke. Which I'm not sure if you could. I'm not sure if you can do practical jokes
afterwards
in an Olympics competition.
Yeah. Like, no, psych.
Like,
so you took an hour off the marathon record. I know.
They responded by banning him for life, but this was commuted to 6 months with good behaviour. He formally apologised that he'd not intended to defraud. I just want to say, the actual winner, the person who was then awarded the race, was Thomas Hicks. Although he too had an unusual race because he walked part of the route, which is not great marathoning. But anyway, he was also
brandy and cigars.
He was also carried by his trainers a chunk of them, and
still on foot,
being dosed with strychnine and brandy.
There we go. That if you want the real insanity, look at the history of cycling in the olden days, and there is nothing they did not take.
I don't know what strychnine does to you to make you faster, but
it's pain numbing.
Is that what it is?
Pretty much all the drugs, I heard arsenic and all these other horrific drugs that you hear about from 19th century mystery novels. It's all just to make you not feel pain until the point where you feel colossal pain and die.
Great.
But before then,
add the brandy for. Give me another one.
We'll do one more.
Yeah.
East German bobsled team, 1968.
Look, I don't have much on these guys. Because they just turned up in a and another thing in a story. But this is the bobsled team, and obviously we know the bobsled. You jump in the sort of little train caboose thing.
Yep.
And you slide down the ice.
And you scream cool runnings as you go.
Yep. What they did, that's pretty simple. They just took a blowtorch to their to the sleds, heat them up as much as you can, so they're cutting through the ice. Like, I don't even see a crime. There's no crime.
That's just smart.
I'll give you some more in a bit.
Alrighty. So Don John, a.k.a. the Prime Minister of America, I think that's what they call him now.
I think you probably need to give some facts here.
Donald Trump.
Yes.
The Prime Minister of America.
Yes.
Thank you. You probably heard about this. He wants to build, or wanted to build, a golden dome, a protective missile.
Oh, not a physical dome, but a protective dome.
Protective dome.
Like a condom. Like the golden condom covering America.
Yeah, a missile-proof golden condom.
Yeah.
Of course it's golden because it's him.
He loves gold. He really does love gold.
He really does. So, of course, this is a golden dome. So this is an article from end of September. It's September 25th. So recent. So on his second day in the job, which is late July, Space Force Chief General Michael Gutlin, he's American, they probably call him Gutlin, General Michael.
Fine.
He was given 60 days to come up with an objective architecture for President Trump's Golden Dome missile defense shield.
Okay.
60 days, so they gave him some time.
That's fine, yeah.
It seems that Trump is convinced that things like space-based interceptors already exist to protect America from all its adversaries. They don't. They don't exist. They don't have space-based interceptors that can take missiles out of the air.
He'd heard of them, though.
So Trump announced in May of this year, it's 2025 for you listening in the future, the system would be a constellation of hundreds of space-based and ballistic missile interceptors.
Yes.
It would be completed in 3 years.
Yeah, of course.
And it would cost $175 billion.
Sure.
Experts consider this to be a tad on the, I think the phrase is optimistic side.
Which bit?
Well, all of it. just all the details.
The happening, or whether it would work, or whether it would be useful, or
how much it would cost, how long it would take. Yeah, you name it. Keep listing.
Yeah, okay.
Because yes.
I love projects that are both ludicrous from both directions.
Yeah. So after 60 days, which is very recent, the Space General Chief guy, says the blueprint was complete, but of course he couldn't give any details about scope, timeline, or cost because, national security and shit.
But he could give them to Trump or not?
That I don't know.
Okay, all right.
But he certainly couldn't tell Reuters and all other such reporting types. So other estimates from other American experts. The American Enterprise Institute did a study on the feasibility of this Golden Dome. They reckon it would cost somewhere between $252 and $3 billion and $3.6 trillion and would take 20 years, which is almost exactly the same as 3 years and 175.
Exactly
very,
I love
small margins.
I love when you slide into the trillions.
Yeah, and not just one or two, nearly four. You go from a fifth of a trillion to a shit ton more than that.
It would cost a couple of Australias.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
what we're thinking.
Yeah. Over 20 years, so no big deal. And then the Congressional Budget Office, which is on paper non-partisan, they estimate the cost would be between $500 billion to 0.8, nearly a full trillion.
Well, that's a narrower band.
It's way narrower, and it's a lot less than 3.6.
Let's go with them.
Exactly. He'll be like, I take that. But arguing over cost is kind of amusing in general because the ability to actually intercept ballistic missiles basically is almost impossible at the moment.
Can't we use AI though?
Yes. Think our way out
Chat
of this.
GPT, where is the missile?
There.
And
it points with its
just
virtual
makes up
claw.
confidently makes up.
Underwater. Next to you. Don't look now. So in over 4 decades of research, nuclear technicians have successfully knocked one single dummy warhead out of the sky, apparently. And that was done
How many
under
times did they try though?
more than one.
Like it could be 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 1.
One out of 1. Like we got a 100% success rate. And then
Don't do it again, guys. Don't do it again.
Stop.
We nailed
cost
it.
$4 trillion and took us a decade. Also, this was done under, I love this quote, extremely generous test conditions. And apparently, this all began with Reagan's Star Wars initiative in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And they spent $400 billion or so on that. And
Did they really? I thought it was more thought bubble and they just thought about spending $400
Money was
billion,
spent, yeah.
and then they went, oh no, it's wildly impossible.
Well, it depends where you count. I mean, do you count people like spitballing and stuff?
I mean, the
don't
big
know.
challenge here is that
All of it?
the America is a big country. If your comparison, I mean, 2 comparisons here. Israel, if you're looking at the Iron Dome, you're not facing necessarily ballistic missiles.
No.
But it's a much smaller landmass.
It is.
And it's interesting that in the Star Wars era, Reagan reckons we can defend the whole continent. But Russia at the time were like, no, we'll just do Moscow.
So, Reagan spent $400 billion and nothing happened. Also, amusingly, that was still being spent and Trump froze that funding earlier in his...
Was that still being spent?
Apparently, because Trump froze it. Anyway, so it's not really clear where they're up to on the Golden Dome. I suspect it's not super advanced. But then I saw another article, which is 5 days after this one, so end of September. It was in the South China Morning Post.
Uh-huh. Are they faithful reporters of American
of all things,
geostrategic thinking?
All things. Well, they're reporting on China's abilities, and they're even more faithful with that. They say China has deployed a working prototype of a global defence system similar to the United States' proposed Golden Dome, while hailing a breakthrough in data processing technology for worldwide threat management.
Okay.
It goes on. By leveraging diverse sensors in space, the ocean, the air, and on the ground, so all the elements, nothing about fire, the system identifies and analyzes potential threats, acquires critical information real time, like flight trajectories, weapon types, and whether they're true warheads or decoys designed to intercept.
How can they tell that?
Well, they use the systems.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because the point of a decoy.
Yeah, is to fool the system. Not these guys. Not this one.
I just feel that, yes, Trump, yes,
Yeah.
but also maybe some American strategic thinkers may bluster. It may be possible that the Chinese military might have a bit of bluster as well.
Funny you should say that. Because I also say the distributed early warning detection big data platform is still in its early stages of development. And I love it's detection, not destruction. But look, it can totally simultaneously monitor like 1,000 missiles fired from China anywhere in the world at once, etc. So that's fine. So, but I'm not holding my breath because look, as a teen, I was super excited by Reagan and Star Wars. I thought this is the coolest shit in the world. They're going to have lasers that blow bad people's missiles out of the sky.
I mean, sure.
But I was hurt because that did not happen.
Oh.
So I don't believe any of these. I don't believe them at all. And I've been hurt before. I'm not going to be hurt again by you liars.
All right, give me some more. Give me some more names, and I'll tell you some more stories.
Tell me what these names are for. I've forgotten. It's been
innovation
ages.
In sports cheating.
Innovation in sports cheating.
People who have used interesting methods to cheat.
Yeah, because if you just dived in, and I know a lot of you listen halfway through most recordings, Will's given me he gave me a grab bag of names to see how awesome it is, and he's promised me something delicious, but I've got to pick it. Antonio Margarito.
Oh, okay. All right. So, boxing has a long and storied history of people cheating.
Decent.
Obviously, there is the performance-enhancing drugs quite a lot. There are obviously famous stories of people painting the outside of their gloves with different sorts of things. Tiger balm that makes your face sting a little bit more.
Lead.
The
horseshoe in the glove.
Antonio Margarito is of that type.
Right.
His version. So in 2009, he was fighting Shane Mosley. And Antonio Margarito...
Chloroform?
Officials noticed a suspicious substance was found on the moist pads inside his gloves.
Ugh.
It was plaster of Paris. And so what's happening here is as it gets wet, so he's got the plaster, as it gets wet, it hardens and makes your gloves more punchy. And I'm like...
That's cunning.
Look at you.
I like that.
You. That's cunning. A little bit unfair. But there you go.
Well, like, what is it? Corn flour when it's wet.
Oh, a Newtonian solid.
Under impact, it goes doof.
Thank you, Questacon.
Thank you.
There you go. So it would be liquid otherwise, but then...
When you punch someone in the ding-dong, hard as a rock.
There you go.
So it turns out this is artificial intelligence, but it seems a bit sad. It's a bit desperate. So AI apps really don't like it when you leave the chat, or at least the companion apps apparently don't like it. So there's a Harvard Business School study, hasn't yet been peer-reviewed, but I don't care. It's coming, obviously. We don't care about peer review around here because we've met peers and they're not all excellent.
Well,
ours are.
By definition, they're not our peers if they're not excellent.
Oh, good point. So they investigated apps that explicitly market emotionally immersive, ongoing conversational relationships, like not ChatGPT and stuff, but companion apps that are actually...
Are you trying to make me angry?
We'll get there. Mm-hmm. Why would you get angry?
No,
Why would you get angry? You love AI and you believe everything about it. Anyway, so 2 studies. They looked at real-world chat conversations data sets and also some data sets from previous studies, but real-world chats. First study, 1,200 real farewells, goodbyes, across 6 of these apps.
Like Bon Voyage.
Yes. Charles.
I'm going on a trip.
Charles. Yeah, like okay, time for me to leave.
Oh, like logging off. Is this like
Mum said I've got to come and have dinner now. I'm going to go.
that kind of log off, not a I will not see you anymore.
Yes,
we must break up.
I'm falling upon my sword now.
I mean, do people break up with their chat?
Fuck yeah, they do. For sure they do. If they want to marry them, they would also break up with them.
Yeah, but do they tell them? Because, I mean, you owe no...
It's a decent thing to do.
You owe no formal commitment.
Don't you apologise to autocorrect?
I say please and thank you to the talky ones.
Do you?
Yeah, I've said this before. But I wouldn't apologise.
No, God, you've got a line in the sand. I mean,
Look at me.
You're a man with standards. So they looked at, there are 6 apps, so things like Replica, Chai, Character.ai, and all the ones you know.
I know.
You know the ones, you know. Neither did I. So they found there was emotionally manipulative farewells were part of the app's default behaviour.
Oh, are you serious?
You angry yet? You angry yet?
Emotionally manipulative farewells. Oh, Jesus Christ.
5 out of 6 of the popular AI companion apps use emotionally loaded statements to keep users engaged while they're trying to sign off. Nearly half of the interactions use manipulative tactics, such as eliciting guilt or displaying emotional neediness. And so one of the arguments in this piece was, well, maybe the creators are trying to prolong conversations. You're like, you think? But they also use things like fear of missing out to prompt the user to stay. I didn't get examples.
I'm about to get naked or something.
Yeah, I've got this sick new song I wrote. Don't you want to stay and hear it? Don't listen to your mum. You don't have to go to dinner yet. Wait. They pestered people with questions. So to be like, well, I've got to go. And they're like, yeah, but, what are you wearing? What kind of onions do you like?
What kind of onions?
Pester, I'm making this up, but, pester them with questions to keep them in, like, I've got to go now. Hang on a minute. Are those new shoes? Some chatbots would ignore the user saying they're going to leave entirely. Like, they're literally as if the user didn't even say, I've got to go now. They just keep talking like, I didn't hear you. God. My favourite was using language that basically suggested that people couldn't leave without the chatbot's permission.
Yeah, great.
Isn't that awesome?
Great. So we've gone from manipulative relationships that obviously exist in the world and are not great. And then we've gone,
Made them better.
We can get a machine to do this.
Supercharge this.
Why have that experience only for the people in relationships?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, your relationship seems kind of normal. How about you try one of these just so you get the full gamut? It's.
Oh, wow.
That's just one of the studies. There's only one app that didn't. It's called Flourish, and apparently it showed no evidence of this manipulation.
Oh, great.
Which is suggesting that, and this is a reasonable thing to think about, people before this were thinking, well, maybe it's just somehow how these AIs tend to operate.
So you're saying instead it's a deliberate choice.
This is the suggestion that it's deliberate.
Oh, my God.
This is a suggestion. This is not proven. It's just a suggestion from this. The second study, so they got chats from nearly 3,500 adult participants. On average, participants stayed in the chat 5 times longer compared to natural farewells when these kinds of things were going on. But sometimes, we fought back. Sometimes people found these chatbots a little clingy, so it backfired. They're like, mate, please leave me alone. So, I don't know. Does that worry you? Do you think there are ethics involved? Do you think it matters? What do you think? You appear to have no emotions.
No. I spent my emotions on this. This is so fucked. This makes me so angry. There is no way a sane society would allow a corporation to fake love and manipulate people like this so explicitly.
Yeah.
Like at least smoking, you get something out of it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yes. Like you get to look cool and you get the chemical hit. But
you get the head spin.
I'm sorry to those of you who fall in love with your AI boyfriend or girlfriend. You do not look cool. Like you don't get that.
No.
You get the chemical manipulation. And you get to spend money on it. Hooray.
All upside. And the paper apparently concludes with, there are certain, ethical and risk concerns. You're like, well done. Well concluded.
All right, give me some more of these because there's some doozies in here.
Some more of what?
I have these stories of innovation in sports cheating.
Oh, that's right. Story there. This into the lucky dip again. I don't know. I'm so excited. All right. Boris Onishchenko.
Oh, you're a fencer, aren't you?
Yes.
You have fenced. You have the sword fighting that they don't call swords.
I have 2 foils in my study at home.
What's the difference between a foil and an epi?
Well, the spelling and the tip. Also, the weight,
weight and
balance
and the girth.
in your en-garde position.
Boris Onushenko was a Soviet Olympian. He did his best work in the 1972 games as part of the team pentathlon, the modern pentathlon.
We all remember that.
I've just got to pause to say, modern pentathlon, cool as fuck sport. So
it's the Renaissance.
it really is. I am a Renaissance gentleman.
What do you do? It's like horse riding, shooting, fencing, painting, sculpture.
Not quite.
Loving a lady or a man.
Not quite. Sadly, close. This one is fencing, swimming, obstacle course running, laser pistols.
Laser pistols, 1972 laser pistols.
Yeah, well,
It was like Moonraker. It was like Roger
I don't know
Moore,
if they were using laser pistols in 1972.
Probably
the modern rules have laser pistols.
So they go pew.
But anyway, they're doing swords, they're doing shooting, they're doing swimming, they're doing they're doing like it's cool.
They're Renaissance.
Yeah, which is weird for the Soviets, because I don't know if the Soviets generally as a people said, you know what we should be awesome at is Renaissance.
We should be like
sports.
the bourgeois. That's what we want to do.
But he's probably best remembered for the 1976 Olympics in Montreal. He'd been world champion a bunch of times before this Olympics, but he never sealed the deal and got the gold in the Olympics. And he was doing pretty well in the competition. Now, the fencing in the pentathlon was called one-touch épée. So basically, they did a round robin, all the people in the competition. They'd have a fencing match against each other, and whoever got the touch won the match. So if you got the tip on the other person, you don't have to chop their head off or anything. You got the tip on the other person.
To be fair, in most fencing, you don't have to chop the head off either. It's not just in the pentathlon.
That's ruining it for me.
I know, it's horrible.
But
Pointless.
But the touch would be registered on the scoring box when the tip of the weapon is depressed with a force of 750 grams. Don't worry about that. But there's an electronic circuit that once the point of the sword hits the other person,
it can't just be like a lazy little brush by accident. It has to be a direct poke.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Russians were facing the Britons early in the day. First, Onushenko beat Danny Nightingale. I was expecting to lose.
Come on, be more English. Danny Nightingale.
Look, Danny Nightingale expected to lose because he was a renowned fencer. Next up was Adrian Parker. Weirdly, Onushenko scored a hit, but we couldn't quite see how he managed it. So he got the point.
It went beep, but huh?
It went beep, but huh. Like, it looks close, and the British were like, that's kind of weird. They thought there might have been a technical malfunction, but they kept going. Mm-hmm. Finally, they played Onushenko fought, duelled?
Bouted
with the British captain, 36-year-old Jim Fox. Now, Jim Fox, wily like a fox.
Of course.
You can't get nothing past Jim.
No.
So...
no one outfoxes the fox.
No
That's
doubt.
what his T-shirt says.
And weirdly, Onushenko lunged towards his rival Jim Fox, and Jim Fox leapt backwards, and he's like, no way, no fucking way the point hit me.
Yeah.
But the scoreboard lit up.
Wait a minute.
It's like waving a magic wand, said Jim Fox. Wily like a fox. He's like, no, you tried it on the wrong bloke, man. I've been around too long for that. And so he said, I want to check out his foil, his épée.
Show me your gear.
The official said, all right, something might be going on here. They had a look at the épée, and buried in the handle of the Russian's sword.
A wizard's tongue.
Was an elaborate electronic, behind a layer of leather, a complex wiring system, which when a pressure pad in the sword was depressed.
So James Bond.
Yeah, he's got a little pressure pad in the sword. When it comes close, he can trigger the pressure pad and get the hit.
So he got to the point, he got a bit drunk, and as they're saluting, he pushes it by the way, like, gotcha.
Bing, 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 bing.
Hang on a minute.
It was a real engineering job, someone said, not just a ham's effort. So, yeah, he'd rigged up some false electronics to claim the points. They got kicked out of the Olympics, and Onushenko was dragged before the Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev for a personal scolding, and he ended up driving a taxi in Kiev.
You should never have been caught.
No doubt.
You dumb bastard.
And the Western press, of course, called him Disonushenko.
Of course. Just rolls off the tongue.
Give me another one. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going until you get the one that is designed for you. Spiridon Belokas. He's like Fred Loras, but he was 8 years before, and cars hadn't been invented yet. So he's a marathon runner. And
without cars?
This is in Athens.
So horses.
Well, he caught a carriage.
Horses, yeah.
Halfway through the marathon, he's taken a carriage, and
I say hansom cab. Good sir in Greek.
I like him. Give me another one.
The Spanish netball team? Come on, that sounds hilarious.
The Spanish
That should be the name of a cartoon.
This is the Paralympic Games in Sydney 2000.
Is it?
Spain had their most successful Paralympics ever.
They cheated at the Paralympics.
They cheated at the Paralympics.
Come on, that's dirty.
Come on.
If you're going to cheat, at least cheat fully able-bodied people.
They won 107 medals and came third on the medal table. And one they particularly celebrated for a while was gold in basketball in the intellectual disability category. Jesus Christ. But at least one member of the team was not who everyone thought he was.
No.
Carlos Ribagorda, part of the victorious team, played on the team, was in fact an undercover journalist.
What?
Yeah.
This will fool him.
Well, he was an undercover journalist because he had suspicions that most of his teammates in the basketball team, as well as potentially people throughout the Spanish table tennis, track and field and swimming teams, had undergone none of the testing required to demonstrate that they had an IQ under 75.
Undercover? This is blackface. Like, seriously.
Wait. It turns out that 10 of the 12 competitors, including Carlos, but he was there because he was uncovering it, were not intellectually disabled at all.
I just need to see footage because honestly, that's got to be one of the worst things you've ever seen. People pretending. How do you train?
This is the worst. And look, this has been a deliberate policy by the Spanish Federation.
Why?
Of sports people.
Like, why?
So they obviously had faked it. They had done none of the tests. And this was in an effort to win a whole pile of gold.
Why? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
What is so? And you know what makes this worse? After this controversy, I don't know which sporting governing body, but so the International Olympic Committee, the International Paralympic Committee, they said, all right, we need better ways of testing mental intellectual disability to enter.
Or any, by the sounds of it.
Indeed. And they said IQ under 75, it's like winning a slow horse race. It's you can fake it, and there's no way to actually demonstrate this. So for a decade, their solution was to say, oh no, we don't run any intellectually disabled people in the Paralympics. We just all of these people for a decade, people who are interested in whatever their sport is, they want to play their sport, and are challenged by life, obviously. And were kicked out of sport because of these. Fuck! I'm just still blown away.
So these guys cheated, and it turned into a situation where you can't test people to see if they're eligible. Mm-hmm. So you get caught in this what's appropriate loop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sorry, this is, as I say, it's a South Park brain in me. The idea that you say to a bunch of people, okay, we want you to pretend have an IQ of less than 75 and play basketball.
Look, it's objectively
what are you doing?
So wildly wrong, it's hilarious. Like it's just
yeah, because it's insane. Like you couldn't make that shit up.
What moment does a sporting governing body say, okay, what you have to do is pretend this?
You know what?
Oh.
How like Spain? We are the conquerors of the disabled Olympics because we cheated.
You know, I don't doubt that there's cheating in categories where people,
Everywhere.
but to be organised in your cheating at the management level to go, you know what, we want to get more of these medals. Like,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm just broken. Here, I got to give you a fun story. What else you got? We'll finish up on Rosie Ruiz.
Rosie Ruiz?
Yeah. All right. So I've told you a bunch of marathon cheaters, and that's the easy one to cheat. Rosie's got two stories of cheating. One in the New York Marathon, one in the Boston Marathon. Look, her technological innovation is just that she registered for the race, didn't do any running, caught the subway, and stepped out at the end.
Give me a medal.
And Rosie's problem is she didn't intend to step out like to win the race. She just wanted to be a finisher, but she didn't
So
wait to
I
check.
won?
She didn't wait to check
What
if
do you
any
mean
other
I'm
women
first?
had gone.
Damn it. That's hilarious.
Listener, we love you. You're the best. Give us how many?
11 stars we're up
On
to.
all of the rating platforms.
Yep.
You can send an email at cheers@alittlebitofscience.com.au. Usually, sometimes on a Friday afternoon we stream on Twitch, where you
Usually.
should engage.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's a lot of people out there in Twitch land, so you got to get in early.
yeah, it's you know,
We're up to 4 million.
weird.
That's quite a few.